Can we start? Many are yet to join. I think all right. Maithili, I'll call you. I've seen your message. I'll call you. Now, what does reverse merger mean? In AS, reverse merger predominantly means a small company taking over a big company. A small company taking over a big company is what we call as a reverse merger under AS. Now, does that really matter in in real time? Fairly speaking, no. But in AS, it's given as a special topic where a small company takes over a big company. Hence, we are discussing it here. Otherwise, accounting wise, everything is same. Everything is same except for size of the organizations which is taking over what. So that is the only important aspect here. So let us go ahead with the question given in material. Please take out 9th question. Following are the balance sheets of C Limited and B Limited as on 31st March 2015. Equity share capital of 100 each fully paid. General reserve P&L balance. 10% debentures. Loan from banks. Current liabilities. Short-term borrowings OD. Trade payables. Short-term provisions. There is proposed dividend. So please strike it off and add the 200 to your P&L. There is proposed dividend here. Please add the 200 to your P&L. Here you please add it. Please add it to P&L. Make it as 200 here. Please strike it off in proposed dividend, because right now proposed dividend should not be part of balance sheet. It is post financial year item. So post balance sheet item. So should not come as part of balance sheet. Please make that change. Next. Assets, tangible assets, non-current investments, investment in equity shares of B Limited, current assets, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, total. B Limited has acquired the business of C Limited. The following scheme was approved. Bank agreed to waive the loan of 60,000 of B Limited. B Limited will reduce its shares to 10 each, and then consolidate 10 shares into 1 share of 100 each. Shareholders of C Limited will be given 1 share of B Limited in exchange of every share held in C Limited. In addition, cash of 200,000 will also be paid to the shareholders of C Limited. Creditors of B Limited include 100,000 payable to C Limited. C Limited currently has 20% holding of B Limited investment, which was held at a cost of 250,000. Pass necessary journal entries in the books of B Limited and prepare balance sheet after merger under AS and Ind AS. So it's only AS problem. Let's do. Now, first thing we need to observe here is this problem has got 2 parts in it. This problem has got 2 parts in it. The 2 parts are, number 1, there is some internal reconstruction which has happened. Second, there is amalgamation. Okay. So we are supposed to do it in 2 parts. Let us do that. Let us do that. So to start with internal reconstruction, there is a loan from bank which is waived off, yes or no? So first entry for internal reconstruction, loan from bank, account debit to capital reduction account. It is 60, 60, 60, 60. Then there is something he has mentioned about reduction of equity shares from 100 rupees to 10 rupees and then consolidating 10 shares into 1. Okay, so let us write entry for that. Second entry, equity share capital of 100 each, account debit to equity share capital of 10 each to capital reduction. So 1,000 will be debited, 100 will be created to equity share capital account, and 900 will be created to capital reduction account. This is what will happen. This is what will happen. Next, apart from that, he has also mentioned that these 10 rupees shares will be now consolidated into 1 each of 100 shares. Okay, so equity share capital of 10 each, account debit to equity share capital of 100 each, same value 100, 100. So with this, your existing transactions in internal reconstruction are over. Now he says post internal reconstruction, there is some amount which is whatever amount is available in capital reduction account, it will be used to reduce your debit balances. Okay, so what we will do is write an entry for that. Capital reduction account debit, we have 960 to P&L, we have a debit balance. Please write it off 800. The balance amount will go to capital reserve. Capital reserve would be 160. Okay. Now, apart from that, he has also mentioned something in the question about debtors and creditors. Please see what he has mentioned there. Creditors of B Limited include 100,000 payable to C Limited. So it's nothing but debtors and creditors can be knocked off. Okay. So let us do it now itself so that later stages we can avoid it. Okay. Creditors account debit to debtors 100 and 100. Now, at this juncture, you are supposed to calculate your PC for C Limited, but please mind here he says C Limited holds shares in B Limited. Now you need to observe that earlier, prior to this change of share capital's face value, C Limited holds X number of shares. You need to first tell how many shares of B Limited are held in the B Limited are held by C Limited after this reconstruction. So let us do that. Please see the question once again. So investment in B Limited, he has only stated that it is 700, but at the bottom he has told that C Limited currently holds 20% holding in B Limited, which was held at a cost of 250. Okay, which was held at a cost of 250. Now, what is supposed to be done is 250,000. So what you are supposed to see is initially 1,000 was the value of equity share capital in B Limited. In that 1,000, C held 200. That is 20%. Okay, 200 shares in B Limited. Prior to 200 is the value. Now what has happened? It has further reduced down to one share of 10 rupees each, and then he consolidated. So first of all, let us calculate number of shares held by him. So amounts are given in thousands. Let us calculate exactly how much this fellow holds. So thousands is what given as share capital of B Limited. In this, 20% is held by C, which is 2 lakhs. Out of this 2 lakhs, it is split in the ratio of 10 and 90. It is split in the ratio of 10 and 90. That means it has become 20,000 and 1,80,000. So this 1,80,000 is lost. Right now, this 20,000 worth of shares are again consolidated into 10 shares are consolidated to 1 share of 100 each. That means in the combined entity, C holds this divided by 100, which is 200 shares are held by him. Okay. I'll repeat once again. Initially, in B Limited, the share capital is 1,000. When I say 1,000, it is thousands because amounts are in thousands. Out of this entire amount, C Limited holds 2 lakhs, which is 20% holding. 2 lakhs is the equity share capital C holds. In this, what he has stated is this 2 lakh, the B Limited in internal reconstruction has written off 90% value. Hence, 90% of 2 lakhs is 1,80,000. This is lost. So what is left over is only 10%. In this 10%, the value is only 20,000. This 20,000, value is given as each share of 100 rupees. Hence it has come to 200 shares. Okay. So this is what he has mentioned. So new shares, that is after internal reconstruction, shares held by C in B is 200 shares. That's what I wanted to conclude here. Okay, Nandini. So with this information, let us go ahead. Now, calculation of PC. Internal reconstruction part is done. Now we are doing amalgamation. Calculation of PC, let us do. Normal PC please see the question. C Limited of please see C para. Shareholders of C Limited will be given 1 share of B Limited in exchange of every share held in C Limited. Now, how many shares are there in C Limited? 2000 is the value. That means it is nothing but 20,000 shares of 100 each. Okay. So for 20, so my purchase consideration in shares will be 20,000. Okay. Normal PC in shares is 20,000. I should give away 20,000, out of which C already held in B. Held in B is 200 shares. So right now, if I give 19,800 shares in my company, it is sufficient. Okay. So PC in amounts would be, so this is number of shares. Number of shares PC is 19,800. Now PC in value, that is PC in amount, is equal to 19,800 into 100. That becomes 19,800,000. Okay. Which means in thousands it is 1980. In thousands are all the values, so it is 1980. So PC in amount, PC in shares value is 1980. Apart from that, he has also agreed to pay something in cash. In cash, he agreed to give 200, which is 2 lakhs. Okay. So 2 lakhs is in cash and 1980 is in shares. So total PC is 2,180. 2,000, yeah, 180. That's all. Okay. I hope I made it clear. Any doubts you can ask? We will go forward. $19.80 and $20. Okay, fine. See, normal PC in shares is 20,000. I believe you all understood this because share exchange ratio is 1:1, and it is going to be issued at face value only. Okay. Out of that, 200 shares are already held by C in B. Hence, 200 are reduced. It has become 19,800 shares. 19,800 shares. 19,800 shares into 100, it becomes 19,80,000. 19,80,000. But right now the problem, we are doing it in thousands. Hence, remove the last three digits. It becomes 1980. And at the same time, he also stated that he will pay in cash 2 lakh rupees. That 2 lakhs minus 3 zeros. Last 3 digits, if you remove, it becomes 200. So total BC has become 2,180,000. Okay. So I hope I made it clear. Let's go ahead with accounting in the books of B Limited. In the books of B Limited accounting, please see. In the books of B Limited accounting, first business purchase to liquidator of C. It is 2,180 and 2,180. Then incorporate all assets and liabilities. Fixed assets is 2,700. Other investments is he has told you about value of investment in B. So he has stated that in para F, if you see, at a cost of 250,000 he has mentioned. So his investment in shares, if it is 250 in B, it's going to be 450 in others, yes or no? So investment in other shares also is there. It's not correct to mention here it as investment in equity shares of B Limited alone. Please strike it off. So other investments, it is 450. Then trade receivables is 400. Cash and cash equivalents is 250. Is 250. And then on the credit to trade payables, you have 300. To loan, you have 250. To 10% debentures, you have 500. And then you have to bills payable, sorry, business purchase, it is 2,180. And then the balancing figure would be capital reserve. Okay. Capital reserve would be 570. Thank you, Krishna. 570 is capital reserve. That's a balancing figure. If you're done with this, let's go ahead, pass the third entry, payment entry. After payment entry, it's just the balance sheet. So third payment entry, liquidator of C account debit to equity share capital to cash. It is 2,180, 1980 and 200. Okay. After this balance sheet, you can prepare on your own. So equity share capital would be 100 plus 1,980 becomes 2,080. Then capital reserve. Initially, you have created capital reserve or on internal reconstruction for 160. And now 570. Both put together 730. Then there is a bank loan 640. Bank loan is 640. And then debentures, it is 500. Then bank OD is there. Bank OD. Bank OD is 850 adu. Yeah, 850. And creditors is 500. P&L should be taken, I believe. P&L will not be taken because it is part of the other company, C Limited. Hence, it does not come. So equity share capital is done. Reserves we have taken. Then borrowings, debentures we have taken. Loan from bank we have taken. Bank OD we have taken. And so asset side, if you see, asset side, it's going to be 3,550. 3,550. Other investments are 450. And debtors would be 100 we have deducted on either sides earlier. So it's going to be 450 debtors. And cash and cash equivalents will be 800 plus 250 minus there is a payment which is done. 200 is paid. So that gets deducted. Minus 2. OD. Oh yeah, OD. I think it's got deducted in from loan. No, from loan only. He has stated that only the bank loan got deducted by 60,000. 60,000 is against bank loan that we have already considered. Okay, so these are the numbers. I'm sure you'll be able to solve it. So if we are done with this, let's go to next question. Internal reconstruction, very simple part. Last question in this topic. Internal reconstruction, let us do. So I'll read out the question, guys. Please do the balance sheet later. Yeah. 10th question, please see. The following is the balance sheet of XYZ Company Limited as on 31st March 2015. 6 lakh equity shares of 100 each, 2 lakh 14% preference shares of 100 each, P&L negative, long-term borrowings 13% debentures, loan from bank, trade payables, other current liabilities, which is debenture interest accrued 26 total, then land and building 200, plant and machinery, furniture and fixtures, inventories, trade receivables, cash and cash equivalents, other current assets, preliminary expenses not written off, cost of issue of debentures total. XYZ company did not perform well and has suffered sizable losses during the past few years. However, it is not felt that the company can be nursed back to health by proper financial restructuring, and consequently the following scheme of reconstruction has been devised. Equity shares are to be reduced to 25 per share fully paid up. Preference shares are to be reduced with coupon rate of 10% to equal number of shares of 50 each fully paid up. Debenture holders have agreed to forego 25% of their existing claim. For the balance sum, they have agreed to convert their claim into equity shares of 25 each. In order to make payment for bank loans and augment the working capital of company issued, the company issued equity shares at 25 each. The entire sum to be paid on application. The existing shareholders have agreed to subscribe to the new issue. While land and building is to be revalued at 250 lakhs, plant and machinery is to be written down to 104 lakhs. The provision amounting to 5 lakhs is to be made for bad and doubtful debts. You are required to show the impact of financial restructuring or reconstruction. Also prepare new balance sheet assuming the scheme of reconstruction is implemented. So the question is fairly simple. Okay, so let us start working, guys. Whenever you have an internal reconstruction problem, start with whatever adjustments he has asked you to do, except for the last part of setting of capital reduction account against negative figures in balance sheet. Okay, so let us do that. Let's do that. Please start. The first thing what he has mentioned there is about equity share capital reducing from 100 to 25. Okay, so let us do that. First entry would be equity share capital at 100 account debit to equity share capital at 25 account, 600, 150 to capital reduction, which is 450. Next, second, 14% preference share capital, he says, will be reduced to 10% preference share capital, and it will be reduced from 200 to 100, that is 100 to 50. Hence, from 200 to 10% preference share capital, 100 to capital reduction, it is 100. Okay. Third, debentures have agreed to forego 25% of their existing claim for the balance sum. For the balance sum, they have agreed to convert their claims into equity shares of 25 each. Now, please see here carefully. Debentures have agreed to forego 25% of their existing claim. The word claim is very important here. Claim is very important. When I say claim, it's not just the debenture liability, but also the debenture interest which is outstanding here. Please see, 13% debentures is 200, and the claim happens to be, debenture interest also should be added for 26. Both these together you should think. Okay, so both these together you are supposed to think. So here he says debenture holders have agreed to forego 25% of their existing claim. For the balance sum, they have agreed to convert their claims into equity shares of 25 each. So let us work out. So total claim happens to be 226, if I'm not wrong. Out of the two parts, 25% is what they have foregone, 75% is what they will continue to hold. Okay, so 226 into 25%, please tell me someone. All right, 56.2, 56.5, and on the other side it's going to be how much? 169.5. Thank you, Srikar. So these are the values for which I'll have to account now. So first, please see that we will write separate entries. So your entries would be like this: debentures account debit 200, debenture interest account debit 26, to capital reduction it is 25%, 56.5, to he says for the balance they will accept equity shares, no? So to equity share capital at 25, which will be 169.5. Okay, thank you. Now next part of the question, let us see. In order to make payment for bank loan and augment the working capital, the company issued 6 lakh equity shares of 25 each. The entire sum to be paid on application. Existing shareholders have agreed to subscribe. So what happens here is 6 into 25, 6 lakhs into 25. So first of all, amounts here are in lakhs only. So directly we can do 6 into 25. It is 150. Okay. So debentures part is over. Now for fresh issue, we are supposed to write entries. First entry is bank account debit to share application money. It is 6 into 25, 150, 150. Second part is share application to equity share capital at 25, 150, 150. Okay. So these are the entries which we pass for your share application and shares allotment. Now after this, what has happened? So bank loan is paid out of that, right? So bank loan value, please see here. 74 is bank loan. 74 is bank loan that is paid. Okay. So let us make payment of bank loan. Payment to bank loan. Loan account debit to bank 74 and 74. This is done. Okay. Next. while land and building is to be revalued at 250, plant and machinery is to be written down to 104, and provision to 5 lakhs to be made for bad and doubtful debts. So only one item with respect to land and building will increase now. Okay, so land and building account debit to capital reduction account value would be, so right now the value is 200, it is now brought to 250. That means 50 will be towards capital reduction account. So please write that entry, land and building account debit to capital reduction 50, 50, and after that it is going to be capital reduction utilization. Okay, so utilize capital reduction account debit to plant and machinery. He says it has to be used by written down to 104, existing is 300, that means 196 has to be written down, and apart from that 5 lakhs of provision is to be made for bad and doubtful debts. These two we will provide. Are there any losses in the books of accounts? P&L loss is there, so P&L loss is there, so we will use towards all this now. Please see. So plant and machinery, it is 194. To provision for bad debts, it is 5. To P&L, we will use, first of all, tell me what is the amount available in your capital reduction account from the beginning. So first you have got 450, and then you have got 100, so 550, and 550 plus 56.5 you have got 656.5. Yeah, land and building 50. Thank you. Okay. So total what I've got here is 656.5 is what I've got, of which I've consumed. Okay, plant and machinery is 196, it seems. Thank you. Plant and machinery is 196. 5 is provision for bad debts, and P&L I would utilize for the rest. Okay, so before utilizing for P&M, he has asked me to utilize towards preliminary expenses also, no? Preliminary expenses I'll have to write off. Please see in the question, you have got preliminary expenses and cost of issue of debentures 10 and 5. These two have to be completely consumed, and only then I can utilize towards these parts. And I think there's something about all right, that's it, fine. So let's go ahead. $15 will be utilized here. So to preliminary expenses and debenture issue expenses 15. To P&L, I will write off whatever is left over. So 656.5 is what I have. Out of that, please see how much is left over. 656.5 minus 196 minus 20. I've got 440, but my Yeah, 440.5. The actual P&L balance, debit balance in P&L happens to be 485. So I can completely utilize towards it. I can completely utilize towards it 440.5. So with this, your utilization is also done. After that, you can now transfer the balance left over to, if there is anything left over, we can transfer to capital reserve. In this problem, there is nothing left. So directly you can prepare with the balance sheet. So please go ahead with balance sheet, guys. Finish it off faster. So let's take a break now, now itself, so that I will, I will take it in a single shot for next 3 hours, so that next 2.5 hours, I'll take it up across a couple of standards, simple standards. Okay. So we'll take a break here. We'll get back by 5:45. Thank you. Buyback. What is, I mean, like, if you can share me the question over WhatsApp, I'll help you out the method. There is no wrong in using this also.